From the two billionaires taking their online beef to the ring to Mark clearly one-upping Elon with this baller move, here's what you need to know about the Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg cage fight. Well folks, better strap in your seatbelts because it's gonna be one heck of a bumpy ride. Two of the richest people in the world who've been throwing shade at each other online for a while now have decided to settle their feud with their fists. The Twitter CEO Elon tweeted that he was up for a cage fight with Meta's Zuck. In his response, Mark posted a story on Instagram with the caption, "Send me the location." You see, it all started because of an app called Threads, Meta's answer to Twitter. When Musk found out that Zuck wanted to run him out of the social media business, all he saw was red. So in response to Zuck asking for the location, Musk said Vegas Octagon. Now, it's still unclear if the two billionaires are actually serious about the entire thing, but if they do decide to go for it, it'll be one heck of a matchup. You gotta remember, the two have very different physiques and very different skill sets. Zuck's only 5'7" and he weighs just around 150 pounds. Musk, on the other hand, is built like a refrigerator from the 60s. Standing at 6'2" and 200 pounds, the guy's definitely got the size advantage. Mark has other things to help him out though. The guy's trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and has some fighting experience. The Tesla CEO, on the other hand, says that he doesn't get in any workouts throughout the day, except for when he picks up his kids and throws them in the air, that is. Still, the guy has a great move in his arsenal called the Walrus, where he lies on top of his opponent and does absolutely nothing. I think this fight needs to happen. The entire Threads thing may have triggered it, but the truth is, the heat's been building up since 2016. That was when SpaceX was testing its Falcon 9 rocket launch in Florida. The rocket that was supposed to take Facebook's AMOS-6 satellite to space exploded. You see, folks, that satellite was part of Facebook's Internet.org project, and the point of that project was to connect the developing world with the internet. Not only that, but this would have Facebook's first satellite project. Mark was, as expected, extremely frustrated with Elon. He wrote a post on Facebook talking about how he was disappointed to see that a satellite that could have helped so many exploded with the rocket. At the time, Elon let it go. But come on, our guy's petty as hell. Do you really think he wasn't gonna bring it up later? Right on cue in 2018, when a Twitter user asked her followers if they remembered when Musk blew up Zuck's satellite, Musk replied, "Yeah, my fault for being an idiot." He also said that he gave them a free launch to make up for it, and that they'd some sort of insurance. But all that happened in 2016 and 2018. Does that mean 2017 was the year when the two called a truce? Not really. That year, Elon, a self-proclaimed bastion of free speech, criticized Facebook, calling out Zuck's businesses for their crappy privacy practices. And being dishonest, he said that the Meta CEO was building a freaking surveillance state. What did the lizard man say to counter? Well, Mark said that Elon was spreading misinformation and that he was not a credible source. The beef went on for several months, and Musk even called Zuck a product of a twisted experiment. Musk got in some pretty good insults, and Zuck didn't have the creativity to fight back. All the guy did was to call the SpaceX CEO a dangerous man and said he didn't understand how tech works. Okay, so I think I've established plenty of reasons why the two really need to duke it out in the ring, but let's be real. It's never gonna happen, right? Well, actually, it is happening. Dana White will bend over backward to make it happen. The president of Ultimate Fighting Championship said that both guys are dead serious about the match. White claims he called Elon and Mark, and they both said they were ready to fight. Of course, Mr. President is extremely excited about this, and why wouldn't he be? He could make millions off him. It doesn't matter who you are or if you like any sport at all. At the end of the day, who wouldn't want to see two billionaires knocking each other out? UFC fights typically sell for PPV $70 to $80, right? Did you know though, Dana says he's probably gonna charge fans for this one. I mean, this fight is expected to break the multi-million record of the 2017 bout between McGregor and Mayweather. Dana's job is to make fights that people will want to see, and he's doing just that. Although there might be a slight change of plans. And the fight might just happen at the Colosseum in Rome. Wouldn't that be exciting? Two of the richest blokes in the the world fighting to death like the gladiators did in the good old days. Yeah, and no, it's not just me making things up, it's what the Italian Minister of Culture has said. He's the one who wants the fight to be held at the Colosseum. Right, so we know the fight's happening, and we know where it's happening. This brings us to the question, who the heck is gonna win this thing? Well, the bookies have clearly spoken. Betfair, a British bookmaker, is offering odds of 4 to 6 on Musk beating Zuck in a cage fight. That means that if you bet $6 on Musk, you're gonna make $4 in profit if the guy ends up winning. The odds of Zuck winning? 1 to 1. The odds of a tie? 3 to 1. What do I think though? I think it's gonna be extremely difficult to tell. You see, Zuck's definitely better trained to win this fight. Musk's not. The Tesla CEO does have that size advantage though. So as long as he doesn't give the Meta CEO the chance to grapple him and pin him to the ground, Musk can very easily take the guy out. All he has to do is to make sure he finds a way to stay on his feet. Keeping Zuck from grappling won't be a walk in the park though, because let's not forget, the Meta CEO won medals at a tournament in California just recently. Did you know one of the best fighters in the world, John Jones, is Team Facebook all the way? Not only does Jones believe that Mark's got it in the bag, but he also offered to train the guy. Now folks, I'm not here to give y'all betting advice, so let me just clarify. This is not betting advice. But if John freaking Jones does train Mark, I'm clearly on his side. Still, Elon Musk's got a professional in his corner too. The guy's agreed to train with UFC legend Georges St. Pierre. St. Pierre posted a tweet telling Elon that he's a huge fan of the guy and that he would love to train with him, help him prep. What did Musk say? Okay, let's do it. Oh, and while I'm talking about it, I should point out that this fight might be what we need to save the world. Economists have called on leaders from the global north to tax the hell out of the rich, and then put that money towards climate financing. Now, do you really think that the governments are going to agree with this? No, but it's okay. I've got a solution. Instead of heavy taxes, why don't we just have the extremely rich fight each other in cage fights? The loser pays 10% of their fortune to climate change. You're someone who likes billionaires? Great. You get to back your favorite one in a fight. You hate him? Also great. You get to see billionaires get hit. I mean, come on. Don't tell me you don't want to see a Bezos versus Brin, or maybe even a Gates versus Dorsey. Well, that'll be exciting. And while we don't know who's going to for sure win between Musk and Zuck, what everyone does know is that so far, Mark's been kicking Elon's butt. Yep, you know it, with Threads. In just the first 24 hours, the app ended up with more than 30 million users. Here's the thing, right? Instagram has a lot more folks using it than Twitter. And what did Zuck do? He just let these guys transfer the same handle, the same account, to Threads. Yep, while Musk might redeem himself later on in the cage fight, so far point to Zuckerberg. And there you have it. From Mark clearly winning right now, to the two taking their online beef to the ring, that's what you needed to know about the Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg cage fight.